Okay, George Hammerbacher's back in the booth.
Table number 2, Lisa C. Nicole King. Lisa C. Nicole King, table number 2.
This is Mr. R. Chinakhov from the Soviet Union or Russia, who's and I've been hearing of this gentleman a little bit, and now this is the first time I'm going to have the opportunity to watch him play, and he's going to be up against a very, very good regional player, Mr. Steve Fleming, who's representing Q's and Brews of Anne Arundel County, Glen Burnie, Pasadena, Maryland. Lights Out Apparel. Here we go. We're underway. This set is a set to 8, and Steve pocketed a ball. Can see the 1, but is really not in that good a position. He might try to bank it.
On table number 15, Janet Atwell.
Whoa.
Janet Atwell in Mervyn, table number 15.
Oh, he has an ultra long cue, this gentleman. He's a tall guy, and that cue's almost as tall as he is. That cue might be 70 inches that he's playing with. Well, Fleming has ball in hand and has an attractive scoring opportunity in front of him. Steve is a very good semi-pro type player, and well, I put it on him good then, didn't I, folks? That's the announcer's curse if you ever heard it. Oh, a little position error there. He played that head ball across the diagonal on the kick. Steve, you can't ask for a better shot than that. You might get lucky, leave him safe, but that ain't going to happen forever. He's going to slice it into the 9. Oh, he runs into the 6 and leaves another opportunity. That's a good solid stroke. That's a good shot. Probably draw it on the inside. Beautiful. Steve Fleming gets on the board first. He's ahead 1-0 here. That's a real nicely hit break shot there. Let's see if he can thread the needle and get on the 2-ball. Oh man, that was mighty impressive right there to me anyway. This is looking pretty standard looking. He might have gone another turn with that ball, unless he floats this in, comes right back through his stick path. I can see why they were talking about this guy. One game apiece.
Jeremy, John E. Jeremy, John Eldridge, game number 1.
Playing the ball, playing the shape, playing the safe, 3-way shot. He got the safe. Steve does have a possible hit through there. He just gets inside the deuce. He should make a good hit. Great call. It's a little unfortunate on the roll, but in all, he's still at the table and can possibly play a good safety from here. Well, Steve had made it in improperly called pocket, but doesn't make any difference. Ooh. Look out, 9. He's all right. Just gotta hurry. Looks like he's almost on a scratch angle. This is a real tough one here. Probably safe. He has no angle. Maybe this button go up table. Lose his toy. That's not too good. 2-1. Or Chinakhov over Steve Fleming. Steve just has, it looks like the outside edge of this ball at best. Steve sold it out, and that 310 looks like a real player in the top right hand pocket on your screen. Looks pretty good. The great players get the rolls. Oh, he hit that ball a little wrong. Tough shot, maybe. I couldn't quite see his angle. Ooh.
On table number 8, Bill Woods, Donnie Hayes. Bill Woods, Donnie Hayes, table number 8.
Buzkashi. He's got that 70-some inch cue there. You can't blame it. Can't blame the surroundings on the cue. Three games to 1. in favor of Chinakhov of Russia. He was considered the wagering favorite in our pari-mutuel player auction. See Steve battling with those balls to get them tight. Q Sports International, Ozzy Reynolds, our owner and founder of Action Pool Tour, is CEO of that company. They're North American distributors of Magic Rack. They keep tables from developing pits in them, in the rack areas when they're hit hard, like Steve just hit them, and the Russian boy, excuse me. That they save the wear and tear and give you a good rack each time, every time, with all balls frozen. And save the wear and tear on your tables. The CSI also owns the BCA pool leagues. Each summer out in Las Vegas, Steve pushed to a jump shot, I think. He tells Steve to play. And so 10,000 people descend on the Rio at the end of July every year. And that's the CSI, Q Sports International production. They also produce the American Billiard Clubs, which is the home of American Rotation, a great game. I played that for about 3 sessions. That's probably the last league I've played in. It was a very enjoyable game. And he might have left Steve in the keyhole. And I guess he didn't. They run the U.S. Bar Table Championships and run tons and tons of legal, regional events. Predator cues and products. The Simonis cloth that we're playing on in this event. The choice forever and ever. Aramith billiard balls. Kamui products, tips, chalk. Wonderful stuff. Right back where his cue ball is. He's technically sound, this guy. Those real precise hits. I can see why he went for, the top bid in the Calcutta. over Warren Kiamko, no less. He got hooked by the 4, I think. Yeah. But he sure broke those great.
George? Fingers. George. How you doing?
How do?
How you doing, buddy? He does a lot of commentating for the Straight Pool and one pot.
Okay.
All right, check.
Check.
How you guys doing out there?
Oh, I'm watching a guy here never seen play before. This gentleman here from Russia, who is very, very smooth.
Yeah, Ruslan Chinakhov. He's a killer.
I bet. I know one thing. He's got to have about a 75-inch cue. Well, considering I'm 72 inches, 73 inches, that cue is at least as tall as I am. Look at that cue. When he was up against the wall, he had to unscrew a piece of it because he didn't have room. And they have plenty of room for 58, 59, 60-inch cues.
Yeah, I can see it looks like he's got an extension on it of some kind.
A couple of extensions.
He just played a big match in California against Oscar Dominguez, which he won. Went to 5 sets.
Well,
So you know he's in dead stroke.
well. When they have a Calcutta here and Warren Kiamko wasn't the top selection, what's that say? And Warren has been steadily in the top 10
Yeah.
or 15 players in the world for better part of 15, 20 years now. He's a gnarly veteran.
Yeah, he's always up there. He's always consistent.
Yeah.
His game is always on point. I think Ruslan missed that one because he had to hold the cue ball a little bit to try and stay on the 9.
Right. He's just a little pinch between the cheek and gum there, and he gets pinched.
Yeah.
Where are you from, Fingers?
I'm from Long Island.
Okay.
I'm in New York.
All right.
Glad I came down and made the trip.
This is a real nice room. I love this place.
Yeah, I was down here for the American 14-1. I did some commentary for that, and it was I was hooked.
I know that they have this is one of the nicer places you'll ever see. We also play at Q Masters, which is a cathedral of the sport.
I believe that's the biggest pool hall in the country.
Well, it's about half to 3/4 of an entire shopping
I know,
center.
it's huge.
But the tournament room they have is just, they got 8.5 feet between tables.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
And it's nice and dark, you know, like the old style places I remember from when I was younger.
Yeah, it's definitely a player's environment.
Yeah.
like he's playing a combination.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, caught the point. I kind of liked safe on that shot,
Yeah.
but I guess you have to, at some point, you got to start taking a little bit of a risk, try and get back in the match. Looks like he's down 4-1.
Yeah.
Wow. There's an uncharacteristic miss.
I'm just glad to see that they're still playing straight pool. That's a game I grew up with in the 60s when I started to play.
Yeah. Yeah, I just started playing that myself. I got in a league 4 months ago. Give me something to do.
Oh yeah, we had a good league. Peter Burrows. This tournament that they played down here had morphed into from the Maryland State tournament to all these champions in 2-3 year span, and Baltimore has almost run out of pool rooms. Well, two-railer.
Yeah, this event actually this year dwarfed the World's 14-1 that was held in Steinway. They only had about 33, 38 players, I think, in that one. It wasn't a lot. And at that event, there was about 6 players roughly that could win it. You know, because usually you have a bunch of people that the cream of the crop, you know, and there was about 6 guys that could win that event, I think. And in this event, the American 14-1, there was about 6 guys that couldn't win it because the field was just stacked. World champions.
Sure, and they played those round robin brackets. I played in like the predecessors to all that until I had both my hips replaced. I just couldn't play all that pool anymore. You know, and it was a shame. As much as I love the game, Peter still always sends me an email and still thinking of me, still trying to get me to jump in and handle all these titans. And I didn't, you know, I had a lot of runs over 100, but you know, when you get in these brackets, these seeded like brackets, it's usually the best players generally always win. Oh, Steve.
Yeah, looks like you rushed that one a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ruslan's going to have a small issue with the 4-ball. He might be able to get into it past the 8. He's going to go past the 8 and play it in the side. That's a good shot.
It's either that or possibly the combo. No, he's playing the side. Good call, Fingers.
Well, he's got to take the extension off.
Yeah, over that side, and there's ample room over there. As the owner of this place is an instructor,
Yeah.
a BCA instructor. He ain't gonna have any 4 feet on the edge of the table or anything.
Yeah, this place is set up pretty nice.
Yeah, I don't see any shadows down the rails. Everything, the lights are fine. Yeah, this is a pretty good spot.
On table number 13, Jamie Best and Daniel M. Jamie Best, Daniel M, table 13.
Yeah, Ruslan's going to go up 6-1.
Yeah,
Still playing race to 8.
races to 8 all the way, and it's both sides, and both sides on the men's, and ladies play to 6, both sides. But yeah, excuse me a second. Sit here and talk.
I think this is still winner side, right? I believe. So neither one of these guys are out after this round.
Right, it's
Man, he hits that break square.
he gets a rough roll. Has to roll out here, but yeah, this is a.
That's a good shot. That's a
Yeah.
good spot to put it. The only problem with this is he's got to be careful he doesn't get it back. It's going to be real hard to make the 1 and get back up for the 2. So he's going to have to duck somewhere.
I like him coming off his right side of the ball, cutting it towards the 5 and 9, and using the 5-10 as a blocker. He might just fire at it. Let's see what he does. Yeah, he just fired at it.
Yeah, that was a tough shot.
That was a tough shot for anybody that breathes,
Yeah,
even robots.
yeah. Yeah, he left Ruslan a bank on it. This would have get him naturally on the 2 if he makes it. Oh, he caught the point. And he's going to get a little roll with the 4 there.
We're gonna see some meteorology here. He's gonna be checking wind currents over the 4 ball. I
Yeah.
think. Check and see if there's a crosswind in the backstretch, like at Ozone Park or something. At the Big A.
Yeah, he's getting some air, all right.
Yeah, he's gonna give it some air.
Let's see what kind of height he can get.
He's gonna go 6 furlongs out of the chute in the toboggan handicap. Let's see what he does. They went 7 this year. So let's see what he does.
Good hit. Good hit.
Well, but
Yeah, it's going to leave Ruslan a shot because it's kind of tough to call a 5 on that shot. He's just playing to hit it. You know, just trying to get a safe out of it.
yeah. Oh boy, that was hard.
Yeah, and again, he's got a little.
Sometimes, yeah. But listen, the fingers, you know, sometimes you get 2 different levels of player.
Oh yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
know, it's easy to get out of focus.
Yep.
Because that had to be out of character for him.
Yeah, I would agree 1,000%.
I saw Warren Kiamko doing similar. He had somebody was giving him 2-3 shots.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it just goes to show. I mean, these guys are human. They do miss balls.
Yeah.
Stuff that you wouldn't think they would miss. Which gives the rest of us hope. Not a lot, but
Did you play in the event?
yeah, I'm still in it. I lost my first round match. I played pretty bad, and the table didn't help me out at all. And then I just knocked Brett Stottlemyre out.
No.
I played pretty good in that match. Played better than I did, so.
I thought I had a bargain on buying him for $70.
Oh, you had him?
Yeah.
Well, sorry.
No. He had the first match won. He was getting ready to go in the hill and dog the 7 ball, and then he got a shot that he got a 2-rail scratch on. He blamed the table, but it sure wasn't the table. And I just said, well, that didn't roll out when you hit that 7 ball. He shot it into the rail. It was just about a gimme. You'd slap it away for 5 or 10.
Yeah, I think I actually saw that shot. They played the 7 in the lower corner here, right?
That's
yeah,
it.
I saw that one.
He ran out good to that ball too. It was the last thing in the world I would have expected. He was going to go in the hill 7-4 to Kressel, and Maybe that's why I went for $70. If one of these is going for 500,
Table number 9.
maybe that was why. He's
Yeah.
Cullen Bell, RJ. Cullen Bell,
Good regional
RJ,
player.
table number 9.
wow.
Yeah, he's always a tough player to beat. You always see him going pretty high in these events.
Yeah, he was a former Action Pool Tour champion about 4 years ago, and then he stopped coming. He didn't leave the area or anything. It was just
Yeah, I used to play a lot in between 2007 and 2012. I played a lot of the regional tours, Predator Tour, the Mez Tour. Used to be the Blaze Tour at the time. I used to go to the Open and Turning Stone and stuff, and I got injured at work with back injury. I used to work for UPS, so I was out. And from 2012 to now, let's say September, I might have played 3 events. But I'm retired now. My back is feeling pretty good, and I'm just starting to get back into it again.
That's great.
So yeah, I'm super excited.
All right. This is a nice tour we have here. This is what I've noticed about this tour is that there seems to be more camaraderie and a whole lot less cutthroat stuff on
Yeah.
all those other regional tours I've played in
Yeah,
my
yeah.
lifetime.
I would prefer that myself.
Sure.
You know, I mean, it's a game. People are trying to make a living doing this, I guess, which is brutal. But
Well, they need career counseling.
well,
Mike Davis has won over 130 of these tournaments.
I think first they need to get a career.
Right.
That's the problem, because you can't make a living playing pool unless you want to eat hamburger helper your whole life.
That's on a good day.
But yeah, I'm like I said, I got out of work. I worked UPS for 31 years, and I would try and play on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday.
Sure.
And I got to play guys like Mika and Tony Robles and Mike Deshane and
Frankie Hernandez.
all of these killers from the Northeast where I'm from. And I actually held my own against most of them. I beat Earl Strickland. I beat Jeremy Jones in the U.S. Open. I had a lot of good wins. I took Ralph Sakay to the Hill in the U.S. Open. I had him 11-10, and I ended up losing. But I could play pretty good. And now that I'm trying to get back into it, I hope to improve on that.
Well, there's nothing like competition to get you. Anybody that can. Stottlemyre is a pretty good player. Anybody can beat him is. In a rotation sport is got my attention, and all I can say is welcome. We hope to see you.
Thank you. Yeah. I hope to be around for a long time now, because like I said, my career is done. I can focus on pool. I'm not in it really because I need the money. I'm here to just send people home. I'm just here for the notoriety.
Let's have fun.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, I overcut that one just a hair.
He just lollygagging now.
That was the set. But he was kind of fortunate with the leave, because the 8's a little high on that side pocket. He might not be able to cut it in.
Steve just gave that look like he had indigestion.
Yeah, he's got to be careful here. He can make it, but from where I'm sitting, it looks a little tricky, but might not be that bad. There you go. Yeah, that's the problem with that.
You had to turn it loose.
Yeah. Once you do that, the cue ball's gonna get you.
It always knows. It has a mind of its own.
Yeah, he had to swing at that one.
All I can say is the condemned man ate a hearty meal.
Yeah.
Table 11.
There you have it.
Yes,
Ruslan
indeed.
Chinakhov defeats Steve Fleming 8-1. We'll move on. I think he's in the. He might be in the final 8 on the winner's side. I'm not sure if this was the 3rd round match or not.
I haven't really left here to look at the board.
Greg Sabins.
White rice.
Russian.
I believe he should be at least in the final 16.
Sabins for 16, TV table.
Well, we're gonna cut away for a minute or two and reload, and we'll be back with the next live stream match. I heard Greg Sabins. I didn't quite hear the other player. Who are you playing, Greg?
Kinney, Russian Kinney.
That ought to be a good match.
Okay.